Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're up here at the local spillway, and we're going to throw out some worms and see what happens, because I've got some left over from the previous trip, and we might even throw out some bass lures and just see what happens. But this spot right here, been here for over 100 years. A lot of good fish get caught here, so we're going to get rigged up and spend about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at most, see what we can catch. Totally not the first cast, because I've snagged and broke off on the first two, but we're not skunked. Got some little bass fish there, and you ain't looking too good. Pretty little fish to get you back. I was fishing another spot yesterday, and old Cast Blast Camp was sending me pictures from this spot. And don't bother asking him where this is, because he won't tell you either. But said he caught some good bass underneath these trees. So I figured, why not? I'll come up here, try to catch me some of them there bass fish, and some whatever other fish, little fish, some not little fish. Hey, finally hooked up with one that would actually try, and it's mighty small, but hey, it counts. They've been peckering the snot out of this Berkeley Gulp and worms and everything else that I've had under this bobber. Finally, we've only been here like an hour and caught 3 fish. We don't have a that was a close call. We don't have a crap ton of times. Whew. The one good thing that we do have going for us is the sun is behind us, behind this railroad bridge. And that's blocking a lot of the heat, so it is nice and cool out here this afternoon. Oh, that one didn't bite. He just was like, yep, we're gonna do us a hit and run. You look like you've got a little bit of a hybridization going on there, maybe with some red ear. Yeah, it could be, because the gills ain't nearly as blue as a bluegill normally is, and it does have a little bit of an orange patch behind the fancy word that I don't know. I'm gonna chalk that one up as a hybrid. We got a couple of fish going here. Be mucho nicer so there's quite a few more, some bigger ones. There we go. Another monster gill of the blue. I'll just screenshot one of my other ones to count for that one. Oh, whoops. While I was dealing with a knot in my line, I had this big old monster just come up and take it to Hammertown. Now I'll just do another screenshot of one of my others. I was honestly hoping this is going to be a lot better bite, but apparently it ain't. There's another one. There's a bunch of them down there. It's just they're all that size. I mean, got bit by something. But I mean, I ain't gonna complain too much because, like I've said a billion times over, I'm a numbers angler, but I do like to catch size in fish every so often. Well, maybe I'm picking up a couple numbers. I mean, if that can be counted. Like, they were hitting it as soon as it touched the water. Like, there's just a little wolf pack of micro bluegill sitting over there. I got one that's a little bit nicer here. Much nicer. This one's definitely the biggest of the day right here. And it is just barely hooked. Alright, got the picture. Got you back. Try to do it again. Real quick, I've been testing some new batteries for my GoPro because I had a couple that just wasn't working. Like, they are falling apart because they were older and dirt. But these here are the Wasabi Power batteries. They're good for the Hero 9 or whatever the newer batteries or bigger batteries start at. The Hero 9 through the 11, I believe, maybe 12. But these are the 1730 milliamp hour batteries, and they do last a little bit longer, but for whatever reason, these batteries get freaking hot. Like, it could also be because I'm a little bit in the sun earlier today, but these batteries do get pretty dang hot, so they could possibly cause your camera to overheat quicker, especially if you're fishing in a place that's in direct sunlight. Now, right now, we're not in real direct sunlight because it's really good to calm down behind the trees. But yeah, just in case you were wondering, and it may just be my batteries. I'm not saying they're all bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're pretty good batteries. Wasabi Power, these things get hot when they die. Not like they're going to explode kind of hot, but, you know, from usage. That was quick. Only thing is, it's super small. But I'm not going to complain. I'm catching fish, so chill out, homeboy. You know, after looking at that other one from earlier that I thought was a hybrid, I'm pretty sure it is, because this one's just a genuine bluegill, and it don't have the features that one had. So it may have been a bluegill red ear hybrid. The way I'm fishing these, or catching these little bluegill, is since we've got current pretty much all the way out here, not so much off to the side, but just chucking it out in front of these trees, just letting it fall, and more or less just pendulum back to me, just giving it a little bitty twitch every so often, and just real slow retrieval just to keep it moving instead of letting it fall down to the bottom because of all the trees and stumps and stuff like that. That one didn't become a minor inconvenience, because that one was actually big enough to get it down. Stop it. I'll just screenshot one of my others. That way I don't forget, because I still gotta do the whole logbook thing. In case you're new to the channel, and you probably are, I take pictures of every fish that I catch, so that's the easiest way to remember what I caught and when. And when I enter them to my logbook, I just delete the pictures. Ow, 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 ow. I just leaned into a rooster tail on my other rod. Hey, we got us another good one. Maybe I can salvage this and turn it into a video after all. And this one right here is sure enough a hog Mac Daddy freak nasty of a bluegill. That one right there, that one knew what's up. Let's get a picture of that one. All right, and that is a pretty fish. I like the little black dots they got along their back. That and there actually made me work for it. Ooh, I think the big bluegill has started kind of moving in because they ain't nipping at it like these other ones have been. They're just putting the smack down on it and going to town. Well, I'll go ahead and get a picture real quick. Well, thought I'd missed you, but I didn't. But I did not. I'll just screenshot one of my other ones. There's another one. Tain't a real big one, but hey, y'all take her. Another big old gillikin. Need to screenshot too so I don't forget. And you know, if I could reach them, or if anybody could reach them, they'd have a ton. Oh, there's a fish. They'd have a ton of free baits just hanging out of this bush, and ain't any of them mine. But I see swim baits, bobbers, flukes, all kinds of stuff. Topwater frogs, big old gillikins. Oh, this is turning into a nice little afternoon of gill slaying after all. I do still wish I'd brought my other rod down with like 6-pound braid, because I could get a little bit more distance with this 32nd ounce jig head that I'm using. Got it. You know, I kind of think some of these bluegill are going on spawn, because I noticed some panfish and stuff like that up in the mountains doing some spawning like activities. And they were garden, some of them were definitely garden nests, but the fins on several of these bluegill are extra dark. So I'm kind of believing that maybe they're just starting to, or the bluegill and stuff are starting to spawn. Seems kind of late, because I know the bass have already spawned, because I don't know how many scrawny little spawned out bass I've seen, both in pictures and that I've caught. Got him. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit discouraged about coming out and fishing this afternoon, because my luck here lately ain't been all that great. I guess I was just due a good day, and this turned out to be a good day. And I'm way behind on my numbers for the year. Like, I should be way far ahead as far as the total number of fish that I've caught for the year. You know, I love my braid. That right there is one thing that I can't stand. Every so often it'll form a loop and cinch down on itself around the end of my rod, and you just about have to cut and retie, and as soon as it hit the water. What do we got here? Hey, that's something we ain't seen in a hot while. That's something. Actually, you know what? I'll just let you have that worm. It was kind of chewed up anyway. But, Mr. Crappie, I ain't seen one of you in a hot minute. I don't catch a lot of crappie during the summer, but, we definitely got to get a picture of you. Let me get you back. Now you spit that worm out, you little goober. I was going to let you have it. But yeah, that's a pretty dang hot little bite going on over there. Definitely a night and day difference from the luck I was having yesterday and the luck I had yesterday. I thought I was running into a stump there. Did I just catch another crappie on the worm? I sure did. And stop. I might, well, no, you're bleeding pretty bad. I'm just going to cut it because getting it out may do more harm than good. That'll give me a chance to retie, put another jig head on, and I really need to wash this rag even though it's my slime rag. It is super sanitary. Oh, something picked it up and didn't even know it. And sure enough, the crappie. Chill out, chill out, chill out. Pretty little dude, little bitty one. And like I've said before, that is a black crappie. And the way you can tell the difference is the dorsal spines and the color patterns. Black crappie are more blotchy like that. Dorsal spines, there's 7 to 8 dorsal spines. White crappie, there's 4 to 6. And if you catch a black crappie that has a stripe down the nose of it, that is called a black nose crappie. Now if you catch a white crappie that has the vertical bars and all that with a black stripe down the nose, that is a magnolia crappie. Hey, finally, it's been a few minutes since we caught something. I'm gonna use up this last piece of worm if it don't get flung off right here. Well, we came in contact with that and I just had to screenshot it. But I'm gonna use up this last little piece of worm right here and then call it quits, because it's already 15 to 8. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I do like the being able to fish later during the summer thing, but at the same time, I don't like that it's hotter during the summer. Oh shoot, yanked it out of its mouth, and that I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We've had enough fun for the day. Got enough to make a video. And yeah, we'll see you back at the vehicle. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get a haircut, but yeah, I'll get around to it eventually. Fishing's more important. Anyway, this was a pretty surprising little stop up here on the river. I never really do super good at this spillway because this is a really pressured spot. Didn't really have high hopes coming up here today just because how my luck's been lately, and yeah, it turned out to be really good. I think we ended up with like 19 fish, if I remember correctly. 1 largemouth, 3 crappie, 1 red ear bluegill hybrid, which will be this popping up here. The thing that really kind of gave it away is the shape of the mouth and the direction it's pointing. Like red ear mouths are usually pointed more downward, and bluegill are more like forward facing, so to speak. And it had a very tiny little sliver or orange sliver behind that little black ear, more or less. I forget what the actual name of that part of them are, but yeah, the 1 bass, 3 crappie, that thing, and like 14 or so bluegill. So pretty dang good stop up here this afternoon, just using worms and maybe a couple of jigs here and there. But anyway, it's getting late. I need to get this video took care of and ready to upload. Hope y'all like the video. We'll see you in the next